What's going on, everybody? It's David from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. And right there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you'll see a Patreon account. If you click it, you become a member. All you got to do is try to recommend movies and music and trailers for me to react to, so click the damn link. Now, with that being said, we're here today to review Slasher Season 5. Now, it took me a while to get through the season, mostly because of like work, conflicting schedules, and things like that. I did not finish Slasher Season 4. I will go back and eventually finish that, and I'll probably come back and hit you guys with a review. But it was kind of hard to get into that season. But Slasher Season 5, and it's subtitled The Widow, right? And I have to say that The Widow single-handedly, so far within this season or within this franchise or within this series, wherever you want to call it, The Widow has to be one of my favorite killer designs, has to be one of my favorite killers, and I really enjoyed what The Widow was doing. Very brutal kills. I mean, seriously, from the opening kill all the way to the kill of the transgender lady or trans, I don't know. I'm assuming she's transgender, yeah. Transgender, transsexual, cross-dresser. I don't know what the hell she was. But anyway, all of the kills the Widow gave were very, very serious. And they was very blood filled. And there were some brutal kills in this damn season. So kudos to them for doing that. The practical effects in the show, fantastic. I mean, you have heads, you have body parts, you have organs, and they all look legit. Like they're casted from the actual characters, and it takes you back to the nitty gritty. It feels like it takes it back to the basics, back to the 90s, back to the 80s, my bad, 80s mostly, and I just can't like applaud this show enough. Now, when you are looking like outside of that, like when we're talking about like this even the story, right? The story was even pretty compelling because I feel like that's what this show has been lacking, like a really, really decent story. Like all the stories have been okay, it's been fine, whatever. But this story seemed to be the very best one with a solid twist at the end. And the justification was perfect. It was spot on. And I felt like it made the most sense. And like I said, and when the killer gets revealed, like to me, like I didn't see it coming at all. I mean, it only made sense because it's like this person's like the last person standing or whatever. So there's not too many people to choose from. But yeah, like the killer was at first I was like, oh, you're the killer. But then as that person snaps into their killer mode and they switch it and they code switch to that other personality, and you're like, okay, now I see it. Now I see the deviousness in you. Now I see the evil in you. Now I can kind of start visualizing how you were able to do that. Kudos to them for doing that. The only flaw in this show is I will say that the acting is very subpar to bad. You're not going to get some fantastic acting in here. You're not going to get some freaking over the top acting over here. And you do have these random side stories, like these love stories, whether they be heterosexual or homosexual in nature, like with the relationships. You have these relationships and they feel so meaningless and they feel so pointless to the story. And it feels like it just does it just to be like, I don't know, just to be like, okay, horror is sex, murder, and drugs. You know what I'm saying? Which is there's drugs in the show too. But in order to really compel an audience or to really live up to the horror genre, like you don't have to always like go with the cliche route, but that's just my opinion. Outside of the bad acting, I'm still sticking with my guns that it really feels like a lot of this show isn't you have people that are all in with the characters and things like that, and you have people that are half in with the characters. And what I mean by that is that you have some people talking with an accent, some people really feeling like they're trying to buy into being from the time period. Then you have other people who are obviously not trying to do that at all, like whatsoever. They're talking regular, they're just being regular. They come out their whole swag and persona and the way they carry themselves in the vernacular and things like that. It all feels like it's super modern. So it's like to me, it's one of the things where it's like either you're gonna buy all the way in to being in a certain time period or you're not going to buy into it. Like either or, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really think that a lot of these actors and actresses had the range in order to do that. You get what I'm saying? But this by far, like I said, is one of the most enjoyable seasons. The kills are fantastic, top notch. I literally think like maybe 3 or 4 of the kills were super epic, deserve to be in a freaking horror movie, in my opinion. They're brutal in nature. And like I said, the widow was just fantastic antagonist. So it was, like I said, it's really cool to watch the show. It's a cool little whodunit. I had a lot of fun watching this show. It's not much really to like rag on the show about. Like I said, it's just really the acting, in my opinion, and then also like the uninteresting love interest throughout the show. Like I really don't get. There's only like one relationship that even remotely makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this though, I do feel like the ending was a little bit lackluster. Cool little reveal, but the ending felt a little bit like, okay, whatever. What are we doing here? Are we knighting a new superhero? Are we like dubbing a new superhero? Is this the new Moon Knight type deal? You know what I'm saying? So um that ending could have been a little bit better. And then also that the final kill that's in this series, you would think that the show ends with like a huge bang. Although it was brutal in nature, I felt like it could have been just like a little bit more brutal. I felt like that's the one where they really should have shown it, and they really should have gave it to us like raw, no, pause or whatever. And that they really should have just gave it to us all the way, went all the way in, and just showed us how hardcore they could take the show. But again, not mad. Show was very interesting show. Characters are okay. I mean, characters in the show, they're like whatever, you just need them to get from point A to point B. The actors and actresses are like dialing it home. They're not really trying to like win any Oscars here, but the story will keep you compelled, the kills will keep you compelled, and I guarantee you that the widow will keep you a fan. So that's my review. Let me know if you agree or disagree, whatever the case may be. Drop it in the comment section down below. And you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys are in a magnificent day. Adios, homies.